people back home, this is going to be the last game of the evening, the ace match between Neretic and Thoms. Here we go. The last match in the quarterfinals of the NSSL. Which one of these players is going to advance to the semifinals on June 7th? Tell me in the chat who you're rooting for and start cheering. Make cool cheerfuls, as they say. And let's get ready for this final game on Cloud Kingdom.
Yes. So this is the last quarterfinal game we will be seeing in the NSSL. Can you tell me who's sponsoring us?
Yes, I can. Our main sponsor kind of is Cooler Master, or the gaming brand from Cooler Master Storm. They're sponsoring two of the awesome gaming PCs that you just saw on my phone camera that are going to be used for the players. The players will be playing on awesome gaming hardware with gaming headsets, gaming mice and keyboards, of course, unless they want to bring their own keyboard, which is just fine. And Cooler Master is also sponsoring gaming mice. Both the numbers 1, 2, and 3 will get a gaming mouse from Cooler Master Storm, so they will be able to ramp up their skills even further. And then there is Computerland, who also sponsors 2 machines for use during the finals. They are going to be used for streaming the games to the internet, so if you're online watching the stream of the finals, thank Computerland, because they make all of that possible. And then we've got MSI, of course. I've just showed you the great motherboard that they're going to give to the winner. And there's 3 more sponsors actually. There's Gator Film and Game Merchandise. They're in Nijmegen and they've got a web shop too, so if you ever need some game or film merchandise, go to their web shop. They're sponsoring some awesome StarCraft figurines for the winners. Let's say StarCraft merchandise, that is. The number 1 gets 2 awesome figurines from, I think it's Rainer or Carrigan, I'm not sure. It depended on the availability. I'm going to go over there Monday to see which one exactly it's going to be, or which ones. And then, of course, there's flyart.nl. They made our posters that we put up all over the campus. Check out their website. They print very fast and very cheap. That's like actually true. That's why I came to them in the first place.
Alright, and on behalf of our sponsors, I'm announcing our players, which is Neretic, our yellow Protoss in the top right, and Thoms, our blue Zerg in the bottom left, who once again went for a 12 pull. It really seems to be his go-to CVP build. Neretic also seeming to favor stability. Opens with the Forge First expand at the bottom, near his natural. Tom's getting a scout off with this Overlord right next to it. And he's pretty much going to see anything that Neretic is going to put up at his natural, including of course the Nexus.
Yep. Alright. You kind of sounded like a robot there in the last sentence, so I hope that it's going to pick up. The Skype quality was going to get better. If not, then we'll just reconnect a little bit. But
I hope so.
Oh, you're sounding better already.
Alright, great. Yeah, once again we have a pylon block at the natural of Thoms, who still hasn't been able to get a hatchery up. He's moving towards his third right now, the planet down there. And we'll probably throw down another 2 hatcheries, another hatchery quite soon as natural as well. Thoms now taking map control, circling, heading towards the Naga towers, and Overlords moving in position to get a good scout off. Very important, of course.
Oh wow, okay, so Neretic is completely walling off his front. I think it's completely tight. So if he ever wants to get out of his base, he's gonna have to sacrifice one of these buildings.
Yeah, but he kinda had to, because he didn't have a cannon up in time to kill anything that tries to go through. It's up right now and he can pretty much safely cancel the gateway, unless he decides to go with heavy setup pressure out of these 2 gateways. Just one assimilator on the way now. No indication of heavy tech.
Yep, there was the cancel of the second gateway. So it's going to be standard. A second cannon though, that is not standard.
Yeah, maybe he's afraid of some sort of all-in. I mean, keep in mind that he's pretty much in the dark about what his opponent is doing. For all he knows, there's going to be a whole bunch of banelings coming towards his wall any second now. So that's quite difficult to grasp. Probably once the Zealot finishes, he's going to send his probe out and scout for him. But still, I can imagine it can be a bit uncomfortable to play in the dark like this.
Yep, yeah, I know how it feels. I've been in this situation quite often. And, like what you see Grubby do, for instance, he's always got a probe on the map, and if it looks like he's going to lose his first probe, he sends out a second one. Whoa, by the way, we see the cannons taking out one of the pylons from Neretic, so he kind of botched it up, and now he cannot get his probe out.
I think it was somewhat intentional, but I'm not really sure. I mean, he put down the cannon next to it as one of the last buildings, so it's a tough call. Maybe he messed up, maybe he didn't. Maybe we'll ask him in a post-game interview what was up with that. So now he has a queen at every base. Thoms does, of course, and he's ready to really start droning up. But on the Neretic side, this is of course a good moment to throw down some tech. He's got 2 simulators, 3 simulators up, all fully saturated, and he's also getting +1 weapons for the ground unit. So I'm very curious to see S2 if he's going to go for some sort of tech. Of course, we can't see it yet because his cybernetic score isn't even up yet, so you can't really build any tech buildings without. Thoms now moving in his Overlord for a scout in the main, but actually he's not going to see a whole lot so far.
No, but I think the other Overlord is going to see pretty much everything that's going on down at the natural.
Yeah, if it decides to move in, of course. That is. At this stage, there's only
we see some tech. Yep.
We have a Twilight Council going up. He's not making researching Warp Gate yet.
Wow,
it's kind of interesting to me. There we go. He's also chrono boosting it. And the Robo Base. So we might once again see the DT build we saw him do in the first game, especially because he doesn't have any warp gates down except for that one gateway yet. Of course, throwing down so many gateways at this point doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you don't have warp gate. But still, this is he's really letting his Zerg opponent do whatever he wants at this stage in the game, and he is.
And he's again focusing on quite a lot of cannons, and I think you're right that he's probably going to do pretty. There we go, the Dark Shrine, the same build he did in the first game. And that's funny because against Neretic, the Terran player, he also did, like I said, this DT focused build, and he did it twice in a row, and won twice, even though Neretic was completely ready for it in the second game. He had detection and everything. And in the post-game interview, we asked Neretic about it, and he said, "Yeah, well, I knew I'd win because I used an algorithm to calculate that he could not have been ready for my push." So he was like dead confident about that build. So maybe he's figured something similarly out for this matchup, and now he's just doing it again because he needs to win this last game. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm very curious if Thoms is going to move his Overlord into the natural, because he only needs to move it a couple of inches basically to see the Dark Shrine and know it's coming. Contrary to the last time though, he actually had a lair in the first game quite early, if I recall correctly. So he has everything he needs to get the early detection. But, in the first game it really threw him off.
Oh, there's a Spore Crawler on the way at the third already.
Oh wow, he's playing... it looks like he's almost really learned from the first game, especially because he hasn't scouted any particular tech. So I guess he just wants to be safe against anything. But, well, Thoms is in a really good position because he's got a lot of income, he's got a lot of drones, and he's pumping a lot of roaches and detection, so he should be safe against almost anything. He's up to 70 drones already.
That is amazing. And Neretic moved in with his Warp Prism and saw the Spore Crawler. Actually, now he sees it because he's being shot by it. Immediately another Overseer being morphed, so I don't think that this harass is going to do nearly as much as he did in the first game.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously not going to be a 2-basal in because, well, Neretic has a third, so I'm not quite sure about what timing it finished, but so many cannons.
Yeah.
This is so unusual, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you kind of wonder, how do you break something like this with all these cannons? You kind of buy your time, you're able to get 3 bases up, but again, wouldn't you rather have units?
He's getting a fleet beacon.
What?
Right in the main.
Wow, right people, we got a fleet beacon on the way. We're going to see another, this is definitely an earlier mothership than we saw in the first game. But maybe because it's he thinks, well, my DTs are not going to do anything, so instead of investing more gas in DTs, I'm just going to go up straight to the fleet beacon. I got to start breathing.
Yeah, he's getting a Void Ray. He hasn't saturated anything in his third yet, which I find really weird because his main is a bit oversaturated as well. His natural is well saturated, but
there we go.
It would be a lot more wise if you were to transfer a couple of probes. Okay, there they go. And wow, such passive play. He's got a bunch of sentries, few models, few stalkers, and well, Thoms is basically almost maxed out.
Yep, he's got his first infestors on the way. Pathogen glands just finished up, so he's gonna have fungalable infestors. Yeah, what else does he want? He can safely take a fourth, and maybe even a fifth base because, like you said, Neretic is so invested in his position that he's not going to move out anytime soon.
And he's getting Overlord speed, actually. In fact, does he have drop already? I think he does. No, he doesn't have drop for his Overlord, so that's an interesting move. He's using the Warp Prism to scout the army, so he really will know when Thoms moves out. Keep in mind, though, that Neretic doesn't have a lot of gateways. He only has 3. 4, 5. Okay, that's still not a whole lot. A single Robo Bay, a Stargate.
And there comes the mothership.
Yeah, we have a mothership on the way. Wow. It's not technically a mothership rush, but it's damn early.
Yep.
Actually, it's not going to be early enough to, really help if a Roach Ling bust comes in, which I would expect at around, this time.
This is an
But I'm
insane amount
worried
of
for
units.
Neretic.
Oh,
I
did
really
you see that
worried.
he's going up to the top because he'll get a
Yeah.
much better arc, and I don't think that these 5 cannons are going to be able to hold it. He's going to have to throw down some awesome force fields, but the Immortals are way in the back, and they're going to be hindered by the gateways that are blocking them basically from shooting at the roaches.
His infestors are quite a bit behind. In fact, he only has 3 infestors at this point in
Oh,
time.
there we go. The Lynx streaming into the mineral line. Oh, they're
Oh,
going
he
to
needs a
snipe.
force field.
Oh, the Lynx.
Wow, these roaches are just tearing through
Yeah.
these cannons.
Oh, but these are retreating. He could have sniped the third, I feel like.
Yeah, he really could have focused it down, and well, even though he's not really saturating it, it would have technically contributed a lot of damage to his economy. Void Ray is now chasing the army away. Thoms is playing. Well, you'd almost say he's scared. I mean, in fact, he's not really in a position that he has to be scared. He's ahead in economy, now getting his 4th up. He's got his hive up already, so he can protect the Greater Spire, and he's got his first spire now on the way as well.
And look at his
So-
money. He could expand like three more times and just whatever. If it doesn't work out, then too bad. But you did have the money to try
Yeah,
it.
and he should. Okay, he's now putting a bit of pressure on the natural entrance with these, with these roaches. Not much of a response from Neretic so
Oh,
far.
he's gonna get an upgrade, I think.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, he might cancel the
Plus-
+3
plus
upgrade.
3.
Now a warp in,
+3.
and there it goes. So no +3 attack for Neretic.
Those roaches were definitely worth it.
Yep, they're cheap enough as it is.
Yeah.
82 drones for Thoms. Looking at the production tab, his spire is almost finished. He's getting +2 ground up carapace. If I were him, I'd probably play even more greedily because he has such good map control, and Neretic is being such, just completely passive. It's kind of a result of playing with so many cannons, I guess. He could have a much bigger army at this point than he really does. Because right now, I don't think he's capable of dealing. All he can really do is defend off a free base, and that's really not something. Okay, mothership is out.
Mothership is out, and we saw the Spire from Tom's finish, and immediately morphed into a Greater Spire. So there are going to be Broodlords in the near future.
He's getting 10 more infestors, and that's such a crucial unit. You really want those infestors because fungal growth is just so strong, especially when you combine it with Broodlords. It just stops your opponent completely from attacking any Broodlords. Thoms should probably transfer a few more drones. He's oversaturating a lot of his bases.
Yep, Neretic or Tom's just throwing away some roaches. He needs a little bit more supply to get those Broodlords out because right now he's supply capped. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, he's gonna get another upgrade, I think.
Oh wow, no,
no.
I think it's actually going to be cloaked so he can't attack the forge anymore.
Oh, that's true.
Actually, it's not because the mothership is slightly out of range, but he just kills the Lynx regardless. Yep. It's still taking a lot of damage. I really would have moved that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at it. He's getting +1 air weapons upgrade, and a third Stargate is actually out. Is he going to go into carriers? We don't know because he's supply locked. So
well, against it's supply locked, yeah, but against Broodlords, Void Rays are of course really good too. So he might go Void Rays.
He might, yeah. I think Void Rays are usually more supply efficient, but I don't think this is the right move. Carriers are really good at, well, nothing actually, if you look at what pros have to say about it. Now the first few Broodlords are making, actually quite late in the game. I really think Thoms could be so far ahead. His fork is still highly unsaturated. He only just put his drones on gas there. Okay, he's pulling a few drones, but that's just about it. And he's not getting a 5th. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, you're right. His natural is nearly out of minerals, and his main is pretty much out of minerals. So he could definitely do for more expansions. And there he goes in the bottom right corner, an expansion coming up.
And I think Neretic, he's so close to mining out. He's gonna say, okay, I'm pretty much ready to go and do some damage. He throws down a proxy tunnel on the left side of the map. He has a lot of Void Ray, a lot of sentries, well, 6 sentries actually, not that many, but still.
Let's look at the units tab.